Are you tired of weak, watered-down coffee? Blackout Coffee is bold. It is fresh and roasted right here in Florida, shipped fast to all 50 states. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/scroll and use code SCROLL for 20% off your first order. Don't settle. Upgrade your coffee now. Hello to all my homies. Welcome to Nightly Scroll. I am Haley Carania. Hello to everyone in the chat. I have my chat down here so I can read. I like to check in just a few minutes before the show, let you all know that I'm here. I don't get to read everything, but I love when you all let me know where you're watching from. Pennsylvania, Utah, Texas, Oklahoma, Maryland. Come on. Nightly Scroll is worldwide. So if you want to join everyone watching live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, you have to do it on Rumble, rumble.com/Haley. That's where you can watch the show. And of course, if you can't catch us all at 6, it's okay. You might be a little jealous. You might have a little FOMO, but that's okay. You can watch later on Rumble, of course, or listen on your favorite podcast platform. What do I have for you tonight? Libs are going to be screeching about orange cop bad after President Trump is reportedly going to patrol the streets with law enforcement tonight. Hillary Clinton still questioning the results of the 2016 election. Time to move on, Hillary. Cracker Barrel took the cracker and the barrel out of its iconic logo. How dare you? I have airport crash out videos, the Carnival Cruise brawl video over apparently chicken tenders, and so much more in scrolling time. I have viewer submitted questions if we have time, so let's get started, shall we? Put your phones on Do Not Disturb. Nightly Scroll starts now. So earlier this morning, President Trump told radio host Todd Starnes that he was going to be out patrolling in D.C. tonight with local police and National Guardsmen. This is all part of his mission to crack down on crime in the nation's capital and make the nation's capital just the most beautiful, the best, the biggest in the world, right? So he said this: I'm going to be going out tonight, I think, with the police and the military, of course. And I took that as a ride along. And a lot of people in the media have also thought that this was going to be some kind of a ride along mission where he was going to be, I don't know, sitting in the cop car and fighting crime. I'm envisioning an episode of Cops. But here is a clip of him addressing those brave law enforcement officers and military personnel in our nation's capital just moments ago. Watch this.
Hello. It's a healthy, attractive-looking group of people. It's good. Well, I just want to thank everybody very much for being here. I wanted to do this. We've had some incredible results. The results have come out, and it's like a different place. It's like a different city. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world.
The best in the world, right? Of course. In true Trump fashion, he wants to make our nation's capital the best in the world, and it should be. It should be the best in the world. So he told everyone there, he went on to say that he had burgers and pizza from the White House for them. So they were going to share dinner together and celebrate. This is just one day after J.D. Vance and Pete Hegseth were getting burgers or Shake Shack burgers for the National Guardsmen in Union Station. So what does this look like, this potential ride along? I don't know. The White House stream was live streaming on YouTube. We were just watching it just before we went live, and the stream ended. So I don't know if that's the only thing that we're going to see tonight, but Guy is on Trump duty. So he's going to keep his eye out on it throughout the show. So if we see any classic Trump photo ops, we will be bringing them to you. In my head, I was envisioning something like the garbage truck moment on the campaign trail, the McDonald's drive-through photo op, but on steroids. I really was envisioning an episode of Cops with President Trump. That would have been awesome. You know, the White House social media team is amazing, so certainly they have something planned. The memes are going to be good. Maybe we could get President Trump in a hat or something. But this is obviously going to break the brains of all the goons in D.C. They're all upset that they're cleaning up crime, which is just hilarious. We showed you a video yesterday of protesters, veins popping out of their heads, screaming at the top of their lungs, watching Vice President Vance and Secretary Hegseth and White House aide Stephen Miller buy burgers and fries for the troops and for the law enforcement. I mean, they just hate this stuff. So imagine the meltdown if we see the president actually fighting crime himself on a ride along with law enforcement and the military. I mean, what could be better, really? And President Trump is such a gifted troller. He knows exactly how to piss the left off, get a great photo op, but it also doesn't come across as phony. You know, he genuinely cares about law enforcement. He genuinely cares about cleaning up cities. And if he can make some memes and photo ops in the meantime, I mean, why not? But this is very uniquely President Trump. No other president is doing things like this. And while the left may say that the way President Trump does things isn't presidential, Trump supporters love that about him. He was elected as a political outsider. Yes, he's extremely wealthy, but he knows how to meet his supporters at eye level. This is why his no tax on tips, no tax on overtime policies resonate with hardworking and minimum wage workers, patriotic Americans. It's this like unsuspecting connection between this rich guy that used to be on TV turned president for the people. And lots of politicians who are born wealthy or born into power and influence, they fake their concern for the little guy. But I genuinely think that President Trump cares. And yes, there's a layer to all of this where Trump knows that these photo ops make him look good. And of course, it serves everyone well if the Capitol looks clean. But the serving the fries out of the drive-thru and driving the garbage truck. But I mean, what other rich guy would give up that lifestyle, give up the presidential paycheck, and actually put on the apron, actually put on the uniform and get his hands dirty? It is a very charming and endearing and personal side of President Trump that I personally love to see. So, like I said, we're going to be staying on this, seeing if the White House social team posts anything, seeing if he is going to be part of like a ride along of some sorts. I think it would be cool. So we'll stay on that. But the Trump administration has been taking swipes at blue cities that don't have crime under control, like Los Angeles, for example. And White House aide Stephen Miller claimed that crimes against humanity were being committed in LA. And a reporter asked LA Mayor Karen Bass about this. She had an interesting response. Listen to this.
Mayor Bass, on the topic of immigration, over the weekend, the president's deputy chief of staff, Stephen Miller, accused both Governor Gavin Newsom and yourself of, quote, crimes against humanity for your immigration policies, going as far to say, quote, they are guilty of crimes against humanity for their facilitating of child trafficking, blank trafficking. They think this is a game. They think this is a joke. This is life and death. I just wanted to get your response to that serious remark.
Crimes against humanity is something that is a definition that there is anything in this city that has happened that comes even close to a crime, period, let alone a crime against humanity. And that's all that's worth.
No crime. No crime in LA at all. That is one hell of a claim. And that is great news. So I guess everybody who packed up their entire lives, packed their bags, packed up their homes, and left LA and other California cities are just going to be dying to come back. Isn't it amazing? I mean, as soon as President Trump says, you guys got to clean up your cities, apparently all it takes is just to lie and say, there is no crime here. Zero. Zilch crime. No crime. I think she's just trying to make sure that the cop in chief doesn't pay a visit and start patrolling in LA, because that would make her look bad. And also point out the fact that she is blatantly lying, that there's just no crime. LA is just this like beacon of beauty and it's a utopia. But President Trump's haters are out in full force, especially those in Hollywood. And after President Trump's recent meeting with President Vladimir Putin, lots of celebrities have taken to Blue Sky, the leftist, their safe haven from Elon Musk's ex, to push the Russia hoax some more. So how do you pronounce this guy's last name? Takei? George Takei? Am I saying that wrong? Kinda?
Takei or Takai?
Yeah. Well, we could see what he posted on Blue Sky. Trump would concede at the table what Russia could not take on the battlefield. Americans should not accept this from this weak-ass president. So, weak-ass president. And then Barbara Streisand said that the meeting between President Trump and Putin was embarrassing. I don't really know how it's embarrassing. I don't know what Barbara Streisand was expecting. Maybe just like a conclusive end to the war. But Mark Hamill also posted on Blue Sky this, saying, I'm assuming this is supposed to be Vladimir Putin. We have the Epstein files. And Can you scroll up so I can read what he said? Sorry. It's a little small, actually. Oh, yeah. And we keep them right alongside the PP tapes. So Mark Hamill pushing the Russia hoax PP tape claim on Blue Sky, their safe haven from Elon Musk over there, you know, claiming that they have dirt on President Trump, which we know has been debunked time and time again. But other celebrities, Amber Tamblyn, I don't know what she's been up to. I'm pretty sure she was in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, that movie, but I don't know what else she's been in recently. She agreed, saying that Putin had some kind of a blackmail on Trump, saying it's so clear and obvious. What does Putin have over Trump? Something big, that's for sure. And Hamill recently told the Times of London that he was going to join the ranks of all these celebrities moving elsewhere after the election, or he was at least thinking about it. Because we know Ellen DeGeneres is living in the UK. Obviously, Rosie O'Donnell living in the UK. Andy's giving one of these. He's saying goodbye to all of these
Kimmel
people.
threatening to take his talents to
Italy. Right. You know, whatever. But so he wanted to, or he was claiming that maybe he would do the same thing, planning to move somewhere like London or Ireland after the election. And apparently he says that his wife said this: "I'm surprised you would allow him, Trump, to force you out of your own country." And after Hamill's wife said that, he said, "That son of a bitch, I thought, I'm not leaving." So it took his wife to put him in his place. I mean, these guys are such betas. He's like, my wife is so smart. She said, you know, you shouldn't leave your country just because you don't like the president. And he's like, oh, wow, what a concept.
I mean, like, we got 3 and what, a half years left. And then, you know, like.
And then what? You stay there? You move back? I mean.
You know, if the right keeps winning, we're going to be getting rid of a lot of annoying celebrities. They just keep moving overseas.
It's just odd, though. I mean, you move over there for 4 years, and whether these celebrities live here or not, Trump is still your president. He's still going to do everything that he was elected to do. I mean, whether or not you're here or not doesn't make a difference. And especially we see this in the case of Rosie O'Donnell, who gets on X or Blue Sky or whatever it is, and she's constantly yapping about President Trump and all of the horrible things that he's doing. I mean, they claim that they're leaving to escape Trump, but they can't escape Trump. They're obsessed. They're just absolutely obsessed. So the White House responded to Mark's comments about, well, you know, I guess I'll stay in the United States. My wife slapped some sense into me. And here's what they said, a White House spokesman: "Since Mark has decided to stay in the United States, he will get to enjoy the many wins President Trump is securing for the American people. And really, who can blame him for second-guessing a plan to move to the same place as Rosie O'Donnell?" Which I think is just awesome. I love that the White House is poking some fun at these reporters, people in Hollywood, the haters. They're just putting everybody in their place. I love to see it. But it is no wonder that Democrats are losing steam because they're such losers. Even Chris Cuomo is now saying he doesn't recognize the party anymore, declaring it is dead. Listen to this.
My brother's a Democrat. I don't know why, but he is. My father was a Democrat. I know exactly why he was, but his party doesn't exist anymore. And while I had disagreements with my father about different issues, I knew what principles were guiding him. Was against trickle-down economics and Reagan Republicanism, okay? The Democratic Party that he fought for and the Republican Party that he fought against, neither exists anymore. My father's party was take care of the little guy, take care of the little guy, take care of the little guy. Stay out of our bedroom, stay out of my heart, okay? Just do all the government we need, but only the government we need. And we're a secular society, don't put anything else on me. That's who they were. Republicans at that time were teaching to the top, for the top, about the top. Everybody should see the world through the eyes of the top, and everything else is great because the top has it great. That was the conflict. Now it's the left arguing for a cultural elite This is how you will talk about people, Benny. This is how you will raise your kids. This is what you will tell them is okay. This is what, you will say and not say. And the Republicans are, this system sucks. All the little people are getting squashed. These elites are killing us. Anti-everything. They flipped in terms of their operative animus.
Interesting, right? And the Democrat Party no longer works for the American people. They don't feel seen. They don't feel heard. These woke social issues that only matter to a very small but very loud and annoying faction of the party, and these socialist policies that they're pushing, they sound good. They don't really work. Voters are leaving the party in droves, and we have the numbers to back it up. And I will tell you all about it in just a moment. But first, I have to tell you about Boll and Branch. You know those common myths we hear, like cold weather causes colds, or we only use 10% of our brains? Well, here's another one: thread count. Many people think a higher thread count means better sheets, but it's really just a measure of fabric density. And when it comes to sheets, what actually matters is the quality of the thread itself. That is where Boll and Branch comes in. Their sheets have changed the game for my sleep. They are crafted with premium organic cotton, making them feel so soft, luxurious, and they're built to last. And the best part is they only get softer after every wash. It's not about how many threads there are, it's about how they make you feel. So if you're after sheets that offer both luxury and durability, Boll and Branch is the only way to go. Trust me, you will never look at your bed the same way again. Feel the difference an extraordinary night's sleep can make, or a nap, because I took a nap in my Boll and Branch sheets today, with Boll and Branch. Take 15% off plus free shipping off of your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com/scroll. That is Boll and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/scroll to save 15% off and unlock free shipping. Exclusions apply. Just visit bollandbranch.com for details. All right, so let's talk about these numbers, because a New York Times reporter, Shane Goldmacher, he posted this on X earlier today, but this was part of a larger investigation. They're deep diving these numbers that were compiled by a data firm called L2, and they were breaking down voter registration. And all in all, Democrats lost about 2.1 million registered voters between 2020 and 2024. Look at all those blue arrows going down for Democrats all over the nation, in almost every state, 30 states. That is a lot. They lost 2.1 million registered voters. What? And Republicans gained 2.4 million. So we're gaining more than they're losing, but that's still a lot. So if you see this here, you see where the states that are still going down or staying the same for Republicans, but a lot of red arrows going up here. So of the states that track voter registration by Republican Party, not just I'm registering to vote, but I'm registering as a Republican or I'm registering as a Democrat, Democrats lost ground to Republicans in every single one in that 4-year swing. So 4 years, and we've seen this just movement towards the Republican Party, and this is adding up to, they say, 4.5 million voters. This is what even the New York Times is claiming is a deep political hole that could take years for Democrats to climb out of. Now, this is the reality, because now some Democrats, they don't live in reality, like Hillary Clinton. She is still denying the results of the 2016 election and surmising that President Trump is going to stay in office forever, perpetuating this lie that we know is not true. But here is former Secretary Clinton on Jessica Tarlov's podcast. She has a podcast called Raging Moderates. I don't think she's a moderate. I think she's a raging something, but it's not a moderate. Anyway, here we go.
I personally believe that if he can, Trump is going to try to stay in office. I don't say that lightly, but I think all the signs are there. This is, I used to, as Secretary of State, going around promoting democracy and free and fair elections. I would say you can't have a one and done election. In other words, somebody does get legitimately elected, as he was. He lost legitimately in 2020. He won in 2024. It was much more unclear in 2016 for all the reasons why we still litigate that election. But nevertheless, he won in 2024. He has no constitutional right, no legal basis to run again. Do I believe that he's got his, little team working at the Heritage Foundation or wherever they work these days to try to figure out how he can? Well, declaring an insurrection is certainly, a tried and true tactic of authoritarians. So I don't think we're out of the woods on being able to hold free and fair elections in 2026, despite their efforts to literally change the playing field with these last-minute gerrymandering decisions.
They have to, first of all, they project all the time, Democrats, specifically Hillary Clinton, but all of them. They project so hard. They say that Republicans are threatening democracy, they are election deniers, and they always bring up January 6th. And it's like, you need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror. Hillary Clinton in that clip said, President Trump won fair and square in 2020 and in 2024, but not in 2020. Not in 2016. So she's like, yeah, Kamala lost fair and square, but not me.
I'll give her that. She's been consistent on denying the fact that she lost the 2016 election. And it takes some cojones to get on a podcast that I don't know how many people watch, but it's going to be nationally clipped. Obviously, we're covering it with all of the stuff that is legitimately coming out right now.
I know.
Say that. It just shows you
she and Bill are being subpoenaed over the Epstein stuff.
And you're talking, just shut up, woman.
Stay out of the news. I don't know. She can't help herself, though. If someone asks her to go on a podcast and she can yap about how she won or she thinks she won, she's going to do it. This woman is going to be in a nursing home one day telling some poor nurse about how she was the president of the United States in 2016. And this poor nurse is going to shove some oatmeal in her mouth to get her to shut up. Okay, time for your nap, Secretary Clinton. Yes, you were the president. Yep, you won fair and square in 2016. Someone's just going to have to placate her while she's, rolling around in a wheelchair or something. That's going to be her reality. But, I think she's talking about these Trump 2028 hats that he's selling. Again, he is a master troller. This is an ongoing joke. He posted that video when he was president the first time about how he's going to be president in 2020, 2032 and all the other ones. And it went into the 2070s or 2080s, the 3000s. I mean, he's just he's trolling. And he has already said on camera, by the way, I think it was an NBC News interview that we played so many times on this show, that he's not running again. He is passing the torch to someone new, someone young. He's ready to breathe new life into the MAGA movement and pass the torch. But by Hillary Clinton planting this seed that we can't trust him and his cronies, and they're going to try to steal, the next election or that's going to be their narrative and their playbook for why Republicans win again or stay in office. It couldn't possibly be the fact that voters have woken up to all the lies that they have told for years and they're leaving the party in droves. They are going to blame it on it's Trump. It's Trump's fault. They stole the election. I mean, this is their playbook. They say that it's us, but they're projecting.
I love that he can get their mindset off of anything that has to do with political criticism by trolling a third term and getting them to take that serious. You know what I mean? He totally dominates the Democratic narrative by just being goofy. And I don't think anybody in American political history has ever been able to do that. And he uses that as a tactic.
Yeah.
He'll sort of bully him for a second, and then they'll spend 2 months talking about it. Meanwhile, over here, he's getting legitimate stuff done.
I know. He really does distract them. They're anyway. This next story has me hungry. Did you see this about Eric Adams? I mean, this is just a funny. Mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, apparently a former staffer of his, handed a reporter for the city. The city is an independent media organization in New York. And apparently someone who used to be in Mayor Eric Adams' circle handed this reporter money. But she handed the reporter money in a Hers sour cream and onion bag of chips. But there was, some 20s, 100 in this bag of chips. So the city posted, which is the news organization, posted this on X saying the two then walked to a nearby Whole Foods. This just like sounds like a drug deal gone wrong, right? Greco, her name's Winnie Greco, this woman, handed Honan, the reporter, the opened bag of chips. Honan told Greco that she could not accept the chips, but Greco insisted that she keep them. After parting ways, Honan, the reporter, opened the bag and discovered a red envelope inside, stuffed with cash. And this woman was a former liaison to Eric Adams. She resigned from her post last year, so she is not directly involved in his current re-election campaign. But this does set off alarm bells for me because this is some sketchy Democrat stuff, if you ask me. Slip you some cash in a bag of chips.
Nobody's ever slipped me some cash in a bag of potato chips.
I've never
I
heard
mean,
of
what
this.
do I got to do to get a bag of potato chips with some cash in it?
I've never heard of this before or anything like this, truly. But, you know, Adams and his campaign are not really implicated in the incident because this woman doesn't work for them. But it does call into question how close they are. I mean, if she's an ally, are they still in communication? I mean, maybe she's not on the payroll, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have influence. So here's what she said, because reporters for the city, now they're making this public. You know, someone who's in Eric Adams' circle is giving me some money in a bag of chips. So she says, I make a mistake. I'm so sorry. It's a culture thing. I don't know. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad right now. I'm so sorry, honey, she said to this reporter at the city. Can we forget about this? I try to be a good person. Please, please, please don't do in the news nothing about me. Then she went on. Now, this woman is spiraling because she's been caught handing a reporter money in a bag of chips. I just wanted to be her friend, she said, adding, I just wanted to have one good friend. It's not that she's buying her friends. This is...
You know, it's hard times in New York, just trying to help out. Didn't want to be insulting, so I'm going to dump some chips and put some money in an envelope. Maybe that won't insult her.
So
benevolence.
This woman who put the bag of chips and the money over to this reporter got an attorney real quick, and her attorney claimed that this is purely innocent. This is just a misunderstanding based on cultural differences. She is Chinese. And the attorney, Stephen Brill, told the city, I can see how this looks strange. Yes. Thank you for admitting that much. But I can assure you that Winnie's intent was purely innocent. In the Chinese culture, money is often given to others in a gesture of friendship and gratitude. So she is no longer even volunteering with the mayor's re-election campaign. The campaign quickly said, you know, this woman has nothing to do with us. We are shocked by these reports. She holds no position with us. She's not even a volunteer. We have no idea what this woman is doing. What do you guys in the chat think was going on? Someone in the chat just said quid pro quo. Someone said all that and a bag of chips. Someone said sounds like a bribe. I mean, sounds like a bribe to me, but I don't know how much.
She's blaming the Chinese culture. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, this is just what we do.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten a 20 and a fortune cookie?
Nope.
Well, really?
Maybe they don't want to be your friend. I don't know.
Well, they tell me they do in the fortune, but I'd rather have a 20.
I'd rather have a 22. Yeah. So this sounds like some corruption to me. What they would want from this reporter, though, for the city, I mean, I don't know how much influence they have. It's a small, independent news organization. It doesn't have a lot of influence, but I guess, you know, when you're trying to win a mayoral race, maybe it does, right? Something to look out for. These next stories, I keep saying, are making me hungry. We have to talk about the new Cracker Barrel logo because they took the cracker out and they took the barrel out. So let's pull this up here so we can show everyone. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have already seen this, but the old Cracker Barrel logo, the one that we know and love, pull this up one more time. It is classic. You've got the old man there. He's in a chair. He's leaning over on a barrel of crackers, Cracker Barrel. He's leaning over on the barrel. And then what shape would you say the text is in? What is that?
It's like an old worn out like gas station sign. You know what I mean? Like from the
Really? In that
40s and
shape?
50s. I feel like it has that sort of like classic, old collectible Coke stuff that can go up on the wall, like the old metal sign, rustic
Yeah.
and clean. I mean, it's sort of like a Route 66 vibe type thing.
Yeah, I
Real
can see that.
comfortable. And by getting rid of the old guy, you got rid of the front porch, which is what everybody loves about the Cracker Barrel.
Totally. And it's interesting too because this new logo they say is in the shape of a barrel, but it's really not. It's not a barrel at all. I mean, obviously it's turned over on its side, but it's too sharp to
In the
be a
design
barrel.
world, that's called a shield.
Yeah, that's not. No, it's all wrong. They kept the ugly gold color, which if you're gonna redo the logo, I mean, revamp the logo then. But it loses all of its charm. They changed the brown. It's no longer brown. It's more of like a dark brown, almost a black now. It's boring. The font's boring. When you think of Cracker Barrel and you go into a Cracker Barrel, there's a lot going on, right? So it makes sense. The old logo is very representative, I would say, of the Cracker Barrel experience. You go into a Cracker Barrel, there's just stuff everywhere. There's the country store. There's stuff all over the walls. It's a very homey country feel. And this new logo to me does not represent their brand at all.
The frustrating thing about this whole thing is the logo is more like it means something. Nike's is a check. It's just do it. Just do what? Like get out, exercise, move, wear our gear. Here is their apparel. That Cracker Barrel logo is like the whole nature of that is you stay a while at the Cracker Barrel, whether it's sitting on the porch playing checkers or going in and walking around and checking out all the. I
Yeah.
mean, you can buy
You can go
anything from a
shopping.
T-shirt or like a 6-pound fudge candy bar.
Yeah.
Like you stay a while, and that's what this new stuff. It's like, and it took three firms working together. Cracker Barrel hired 3 firms to work together to make that, which looked like me or you could do it in Canva
Yeah.
driving
And
home.
Let's, if you want to pull up a photo, if you can, of the woman who's behind this campaign, part of one of these firms. She is a white woman. It's always these white ladies that think that they know best. They want to modernize these classic logos, and they take all of the charm out of the original logo. The new logo, according to this woman, is revealed as part of their new All the More campaign. And they took all of the more out of the logo. This is all of it should be called the less campaign. There's nothing in it. So this is what she said. This is the chief marketing officer, Sarah Moore. She said, our story hasn't changed. Our values haven't changed. With all the more, we're honoring our legacy while bringing fresh energy. Fresh energy where, girl? I don't see it. You killed the man on the front porch. Where's the energy? Thoughtful craftsmanship. Really? Where? And heartfelt hospitality to our guests this fall. So bringing fresh energy, as in killing the old man on the logo. Thoughtful craftsmanship. Meanwhile, there's no thoughtful craftsmanship in the logo. There was in the old logo, but not in the new one. So you take away the energy, you take away the craftsmanship, and heartfelt hospitality. To Andy's point, Cracker Barrel is about staying a while. You sit on the porch. They took the guy off the porch in the logo altogether. So nothing about this cold, heartless logo says heartfelt hospitality to me. So this woman, you're seeing her face on the screen here. I don't know. I don't think she really understands the brand that she's representing. These are supposed to be marketing executives. These are supposed to be the experts. This reminds me, by the way, of that Alyssa Heinerschneid, that woman who was in charge of the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light campaign. like another just like white liberal who thinks that they know their audience. And these people are supposed to be marketing executives. Your entire job is to know your audience, and these people just don't.
Marketing in general is the biggest scam ever. Like, number one, you don't know what's going to work. It's hard. A lot of times audience are fluid. You know what I mean? Who's a Cracker Barrel? Who loves a Cracker Barrel? 6-year-old who can get nothing but candy in the Cracker Barrel, or this old dude sitting on the porch and the logo playing checkers. Like, it's so. But to think that you're going to hire 3 of these companies and pay them millions of dollars, and then they come back with just like, hey, yeah, so we're just going to go a yellow shield and put the logo in there. Check, please.
I'd love to know how much they paid to have these millions. 3 firms ruin their brand, just like stick, And someone in the chat just said getting paid to ruin a company. True. I mean, these people are literally getting paid to ruin the company. And the stock price, by the way, is down 9% today. So if anyone was wondering, over 9%. It was like 9.37 or something. So, hire a white woman to kill your brand, and that's what happens. All right, let's get into some scrolling time. All right, this first video is interesting. It is a transgender male to female now realizing that there is no destination for trans people. They want to stay in the transition period. Watch this.
So the whole reason I started this channel was so that I could be out openly as trans on social media. For years, I've had this urge that I have to be out of the closet. People have to know that I'm trans, or I can't live a life in hiding anymore as a cisgendered woman. It's pretty inorganic to just walk up to somebody when you're meeting them for the first time and just be like, oh, I'm trans, nice to meet you. And that's almost what I have to do to let somebody know that I'm trans, because I'm 5'3", I'm like 110 pounds. And I've gotten to the point in my transition where I just there's no indicators or no visible indicators that I'm trans. And at one point, that was what I dreamed of. Like, I wanted to be so passable that nobody would know. But now that I'm ready to live a life as myself and have the trans part of me be a part of my life too, it's almost become like a blessing and a curse, where when I meet people, they just assume that I'm not trans, or they assume that I'm cisgendered. And then it becomes this daunting thing of like, well, when do I tell this person, and how do I let these people know?
Interesting. You transition, and now you look like a woman, but now it's like, wait, but no one knows that I'm trans, because they are realizing they will actually never become a woman. But when they look like a woman, that's not good enough for them, because now they have to tell people and convince people that they're trans. These people are really troubled. They are in this limbo where they're not satisfied with their body. This is an extreme form of body dysmorphia that needs to be treated, not with gender affirming care, but with therapy to understand why it is that they are so uncomfortable with how they were born. And they are sold this bill of goods about gender affirming care being life-saving care, something that they need, and they can become the opposite sex, or at least pass as the opposite sex. That's a lie. But what's on the inside doesn't change. Their mental health is not changed. They may think that what they're doing is going to help them physically and emotionally, but if they don't fix their dysmorphia, they will be forever trapped. And it seems like an uphill battle that they're never going to win. In this case, this man has gotten to the point where they can pass as a woman. That should be the goal, right? But he can never be a woman. So now he's feeling like, oh, but people don't know that I'm trans. I'm not just like a dude in a dress. I look like a woman. And I think if your goal is to transition, then you wouldn't want people to know that you transitioned. This would be the goal. Unless you were, in an intimate relationship with someone where you're going to have to tell the other person, I'm not what I present as. But this is
I got it. Can I be honest?
Yeah. You were fooled.
100%
I
fooled.
was too.
I had no clue. I had no idea.
I was too. They're getting good. They're getting good.
Like,
But it is sad because it's not about the destination for them. They don't actually want to become a woman. They want to be trans. They want to have this victimhood that they can fall back on.
I think they just want attention.
Yeah.
is all. Yeah.
They want to be like something. They want to be a part of a group. They want to be a part of this community. They want the flag. They want the label. They want the pronouns. They want people to know that they are trans.
Yeah, I think that's also, inferring a bit why they all get the crazy blue hair and the funny piercings and the crazy tattoos and all. They just want attention and be different. Look at me,
Yeah, totally. Now, this kind of trans I can get behind. This girl says she was born in the right body, but with the wrong appetite. Watch this.
A lot of people feel like they were born as the wrong gender. I was born with the wrong appetite. The appetite that I have does not belong in my body. Absolutely not. There's poor guys out there who say they can't gain weight because they just can't eat enough. And here I am with the appetite they were supposed to have. How about we trade?
Agreed. I am so hungry all the time. I mean, I have to try to not eat. I have to eat less. I have to watch what I'm eating. I have a very, very big appetite. And I eat fast. I eat a lot. But I also have a big appetite because I work out a lot. So I think that has something to do with it. I would love to give my appetite to someone else.
I totally have. I've never seen anything like my daughter go. Every time we go to a movie, she'll get a large one of those popcorns. You know what I mean? That looks like a hula hoop, and
I
you
could eat
take
the
it
whole
in,
thing.
and it's like my daughter can motor through that during the previews, like it's a shovel. And
girl after
I'm
my
sort
own
of proud,
heart.
sort of impressed. But like
Sorta
I
scared.
I can't even do that. So I understand what she's saying.
Dang, yeah. No, I saw that, and I think I saw that video of the trans person, and then I scrolled to that, and I said, this is the kind of trans I can get behind. I was born in the wrong appetite in the right body.
So you identify as a hungry person?
Yes. Yep, I do. A trans appetite something. I don't know. All right, this liberal is saying that people should date illegal immigrants to own Trump. Watch.
If you hate this administration and you are single, the most radical thing you can do right now is start dating immigrants. Think about it. It hasn't been working out with these American men anyway, has it? I wonder why. Well, look at our country. That's why. So when you find a man from another country who can truly appreciate your genius, your beauty, your whole life will change. And on top of that, you're going to piss off the president. Woo! Oh, they're stealing our jobs. Wait till they start stealing all the women.
Lots of flawed logic here. Essentially, let men use you for legal reasons to piss off Trump. Trump doesn't give two rips about what this lady is doing in her free time. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't care if, you're all these lefties are dating illegal immigrants to get them green cards. But I do think it's funny. She was saying, find this immigrant man to appreciate your beauty and your intelligence. He's using you. He's using you for a green card. He is not admiring your intelligence or your beauty. He is admiring your citizenship. He is seeing you as a golden ticket, like a Willy Wonka golden ticket to the factory. That is what this is.
Well, maybe that's just a great, you know what I mean? Peas in a pod. That's fine.
2 peas in a pod.
Because she's not.
She gets to say, I'm pissing off Trump, and he gets to call America home. So they're a match made in heaven. I just think it's funny. All right, should we get into some of these airport outbursts?
Oh,
As
of course.
you know,
What's a show here without an airport fiasco?
Seriously.
I mean, we've gone a couple of days. I think the people
I know.
are ready.
I feel like once a week there's something, which says something about our society. But here
You
is
said
an
the airport show with Haley Carney.
outburst. Watch this one.
Are you kidding me? Y'all back away. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 3 to 3 weeks? If I need to go and bury my brother?
Ooh, that's assault.
3 weeks. 3 weeks for my money, right? 3 weeks for my money, right?
She's touching the Southwest employees, and she's now crashing their equipment.
Wasted. 2 flights wasted.
She's screaming.
2 flights, 3 planes. After 45
She's following the man. The man's trying to get away from her. The gate agent.
Hey, is it a joke?
Call the police.
For who?
And she just said, call the police.
I have my rights. That's what I want, the police. Yeah, because it's not your brother. It's not your brother that you need to go disconnected. Right?
She's got a lot of bags on her. I don't know if she's going to make it on the plane anyway. Ooh! And she punches the TV, knocks it, or not the TV, the monitor, the computer monitor, knocks it over completely. I mean, what a psychopath. People in the chat, is that Jasmine Crockett? Call ICE. She sounds like an illegal drop kicker.
You know that was in Orlando.
Yes, this was Orlando. This was a Southwest employee that was being what we can see as assault from this video. It seems like an assault. She was trying to reach her destination to bury her brother, apparently, when she erupted at Orlando International. This was last week. She's 45 years old. She was upset about, I can understand if you're going through something personal, but she had to, they changed her flights around, and certainly this is not how you are supposed to carry yourself and act.
I think for everybody out there that knows, in customer service, sugar works a whole lot better than spice. You know what I'm saying? And so that was she had a chance to walk away and she blew up, but it couldn't have been, it didn't have to be that bad. She came back and punched a monitor, and that's just
These
done.
people don't realize that the gate agent has nothing to do with whether or not your flight is on time or delayed. Half the time, they don't even know what's going on. They're waiting for the same information. They don't know when your flight's coming. It's delayed. You're taking your anger out on the wrong person. Certainly, knocking your gate agent's computer over isn't going to get you on the plane any faster. That's going to put you on the no-fly list.
That's going to get you off the plane.
And then you're never going to get anywhere else for the rest of your life. So I don't know why people aren't more afraid of the no-fly list.
I don't. I mean, that's a big deal. I will say this: kudos to the Southwest agent, because all they did was try to diffuse the situation.
They were walking
away, hands up. They didn't want anything to do with it. So
I don't blame them. Now, this next one is this guy who, how there's a lot of rules on the plane. You got to turn your phone on airplane mode, and you can't have lithium batteries and things like that. And I don't vape, but maybe vapes have some kind of lithium battery type situation. I don't know. But you can't smoke on an airplane, of course. They say you can't smoke in the lavatory, you can't smoke on the airplane, and you can't vape on an airplane either. But this guy took a puff of his vape in the bathroom, and he got caught. Watch this.
I was.
Do that.
Oh.
Recording. Assaulted me, everybody. Assaulted me.
So this was an American Airlines flight 2860 with service from Phoenix to San Francisco. And he was removed from the aircraft upon arrival in San Francisco. But isn't it funny how, first of all, he says, I have a lawyer. Then in the same breath, he says, I am a lawyer. And then all of a sudden, he's in the wrong, of course, because you're not allowed to vape on an airplane. And then he's trying to figure out in real time how he's the victim and how, she's in the wrong. The flight attendant is in the wrong because she caught him vaping in the bathroom. He said he felt like his privacy and dignity were violated, and he is seeking accountability from American Airlines. What? She did everything right. I mean, maybe she shouldn't have tried to grab his phone there. I don't know. But certainly you can't vape or smoke on an airplane. He got caught doing it. And if your lawyer looks like this, you're going to jail. I'm just going to say that. He's got, I don't know, what is this? An Arizona State Sun Devils shirt on. He's got a gold chain and he's got frosted tips in his hair. So
This is the male Karen.
He's a male Karen, yeah.
What is the name for the male Karen?
Chad.
Yeah, the guy doesn't look like a Chad to me.
He kind of does. Well, his name is actually, it's here in this article. Hold on.
Someone in chat says it's Brad. Brad is kind of a male Karen. Yeah.
What? What is his name? The passenger who goes by Kobe Peter Tui King Nguyen on social media. So I don't know what his real name is. Kobe Peter Tui King Nguyen. Whatever.
You know what kills me about this? It's just like, to him, what is an assault? Like, I mean, like I'm a proponent. Maybe
Not
it's
that.
maybe it's just the East Tennessee in me that everybody benefits from a punch in the nose at some point. Like, what is an assault to him? The lady was reaching for the vape.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so if her forearm brushed his shoulder, it's like, what is an assault?
If you claim that's an assault, you're a beta.
Oh, whatever below the letter B. What's way down there?
Yeah. So this next one, apparently this guy on a cruise, he witnessed this brawl breakout. I believe this was a Carnival cruise. And apparently this fight broke out over some chicken tenders. They must have been very hungry. Watch this. Throwing punches, big group of people. Everyone's got their phones out. You could see a security guard in there trying to break it up.
Over chicken tenders is crazy.
And the guy filming the video says, over chicken tenders, that's crazy. So the New York Post did a story on this, and the Post reached out to the guy who posted the video. And he said that it was more than just over food. He didn't really know what the fight was over, but he said they were in line for food. So he was joking, like, over a chicken tender. But again, you could not pay me any amount of money to go on a cruise.
What is the ratio of sober to not sober in that fight right there?
I don't know. Do they have unlimited alcohol on cruises?
Oh yeah, you can buy that. You can prepay that. Like
Right.
if you paid $200 or $300 before you go on the cruise, you can get an alcohol pass, and it's 8, 9, 10, 12 drinks a day.
Well, this
I mean,
is why it's such
yeah.
just damn. Again, I have never been on a cruise. I will never go on a cruise. It is just not for me. I do see a lot of people in the chat and on X. They tell me, they give me show recommendations, movie recommendations. I'm assuming this is because I have said that I don't watch movies. There are a lot of movies that I haven't watched. I am not a movie watcher. The reason why I haven't watched these movies is because I don't watch TV. I don't really watch movies all that often. So I found a video scrolling that I think sums it up for me. Watch.
Have you seen this movie? No. Have you seen this? No. Have you seen this movie? No. It's always going to be no. I've never seen a movie in my life. Stop asking me.
I've never seen it. And if you tell me to see it, even if you tell me it's the best movie on planet Earth, I'm not going to make the time to see it.
Oh, I told the chat. I'm telling everybody, just keep the pressure on, people.
No.
Keep the pressure on.
No, I've got to scroll for hours to get content for this show. I mean, this is 5 days a week. I've got to come up with multiple videos to scroll. I mean, someone's saying you stare at your damn phone. For you, do you enjoy this content? Anyway, I do have a few minutes left. So I went on my Instagram story yesterday. I try to do this once a week where I throw out some questions, ask me anything. What do you want to know about me? Some of the questions are good, some of them not so good. I save the good ones, the interesting ones for the show. So if you are watching live in the chat and you have questions for me, you can drop them in there. And Andy, you can field the chat for me if there are any questions in there. But I'm going to start with the ones from Instagram. So someone asked me, if you were forced to move to Mars and could only bring 5 things, what would you bring?
Look, can I add one little thing to this? This guy's question is so pure. Do not take your phone. 5 things minus the phone.
Okay. So I was thinking that I would be allowed to bring my phone. So one of the things was going to be my phone. One of the things was going to be my phone charger. Okay, out the window. I was also thinking too, this is if you were forced to move to Mars. So at first I was thinking, well, I'll bring a book, but that's not enough. I mean, that's going to take me what, a few days to read?
Yeah, I don't even think that you would get
I
out of...
can't even get like an entertainment thing. I mean...
You might not even be out of geosync orbit before you're like done with the book. You got a long way to go to get... You won't be past the moon. You got a long way to go to get to Mars. So the book is done fast.
So even like entertainment purposes, things, I can't even really... I mean, what am I going to bring? One movie? What am I going to bring? The Princess Bride? And then that's the only thing I can watch for the rest of my life on Mars? I don't know. So entertainment's out the window. I guess I'm just going to be bored out of my mind on Mars. I guess I would bring friends to hang out with. So a friend, water, food.
Birdie.
I have one more thing I could bring. A firearm so I could defend myself against aliens. My tinfoil hat. I don't know. Someone said air. Yeah, like a spacesuit so I could breathe. Yeah. Can you monitor some of these questions in the chat? People are asking questions, and if you see any good ones, let me know. But someone said, for all the money in the world, this one is funny. I knew you would find this funny because we've talked about mustard before on the show. For all the money in the world, would you eat mustard on cookies? Easy. Yes, of course I would. For all of the money in the world, would I eat mustard on cookies? Of course. If you told me for all the money in the world, you have to eat poop, I would probably do it. I mean, mustard on cookies, yeah, it's not going to be good, but I love mustard and I love cookies. Of course I would do it for all the money in the world.
People...
I like sauerkraut.
You put mustard on a biscuit. People in the South put mustard on biscuits.
There you go. So for all the money in the world, would you eat mustard on a cookie? Yeah. There are worse things you can eat.
Yeah, I mean, I would Fear Factor.
People
for
eat
$1 million.
bugs.
Yeah, exactly. I'd bite the head off a beetle for $30.
Me too.
If I could get a tank of gas home, I'll bite the head off a tarantula.
$30. I would not eat a bug for $30, but it would have to be more than that. But I just thought that this question was funny because all the money in the world, like, yeah, I'll be eating mustard and cookies. Who would win in a fight, silverback gorilla or an Alaskan brown bear, a grizzly bear? At first, I was going to go gorilla, but then I Googled it because I wanted to make an informed decision. Bears weigh a lot more than gorillas. They can weigh a lot more. A male brown bear can weigh almost 1,000 pounds, and gorillas go up to less than 500. So just sheer mass, you're screwed.
And a grizzly bear is an amazing swimmer and climber. So if the silverback is up in a tree, it's coming after it.
Right.
You know, and it can sort of maybe get in the river and be a little more safe.
Because I was thinking too, okay, gorillas might have an advantage with the opposable thumbs, but then I thought, no, with claws, I mean, the gorilla's screwed.
So here's the deal. I've researched this before. Bears are predators, especially the polar bears. That's all they eat. Like they're going to eat the salad in Antarctica, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But gorillas are salad enjoyers. They don't have that killer instinct in them, so that makes them quite bad at fights, as a matter of fact.
Interesting. So we're going bears to answer this question. Someone said if you could have given yourself your own superlative in your school yearbook, what would it have been? I don't think I got a superlative in high school, but I remember in middle school, I got best vocalist. And I don't remember getting anything in high school. I guess if I had to give myself one, most likely to be a podcaster.
There we go. I got one from the chat.
What's that?
Favorite workout?
Favorite workout. I like to do HIIT workouts. What I've been doing recently is walking or walking on the Stairmaster with a weighted vest. It makes it so much harder. And apparently this is going to make me shed some weight. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to try to do it almost every day that I'm in the gym. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do personal training sessions. But Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm going to try to walk and do some cardio in the weighted vest. So that's my new favorite thing to do in the gym. Someone said favorite season, summer, which is why I do like moving to Florida, because it's like every day is summer.
And you've not had a Florida winter yet. So
Nope.
let's transparent about that. Like, you've not experienced December and January down here when it's 75 and the weather's not a factor, and I think we all enjoy that.
I like it hot. I know this is kind of crazy, but I enjoy sitting in my car when the car is hot and my car is not on, no AC. I like roasting. It's very cozy. It feels like I'm in a sauna. I like being hot. I'd rather be, well, I have to sleep cold, but I'd rather be warm. I'd rather not have to grab a jacket or a coat. I mean, I'm from New York. I used to figure skate. Like, I'm used to the cold. But now being in the warmth, it's much better.
There are guys in the chat, Speak is one of them. Like, if you're from Florida and in 60 degrees in East Tennessee and you'd have a cutoff shirt on and it's like, oh man, it's 60 degrees in the spring. It feels great.
Floridian? They got the
60 degrees down here is, I don't know
Part
what
of the
happens.
weather.
It is chilly. It's the humidity in the air. People have Ugg boots on and it's 62 degrees outside. Like, it's amazing what happens here. So just get ready for it. It's weird.
All right. Should I save some of these questions for next time? All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun. If you want to join me and everyone in the chat and ask questions and be a active participant in the show, rumble.com/Haley. Just join us in the chat. 6 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. I've got a big show on deck for you tomorrow, a fun guest episode, which I like to do on Fridays. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, you can follow me at Haley Carania on most social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, X, Truth Social, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.